Welcome, it's a great day to be a miner, and we got some new hardware, baby. This is from Goldshell. This is a Goldshell Mini Doge 3. We're gonna get this thing set up and mining. Before we do, let's go ahead and spin that intro. And we're back. This is the Goldshell Mini Doge 3, and we've been really wanting to get another script miner, so we finally got this thing ordered. We pulled the trigger, and we paid an extra premium on this. They marked it up $100, and they re-released them on Goldshell's site, but since then, they went out of stock, and they've raised the price yet again, and they are back in stock, so if you need to pick one of these up, make sure to check my link down in the description. But today, we're going to get this thing set up, we're going to get it mining, and we're going to talk about whether or not you should buy one of these and how profitable they are. But before we actually unbox this thing and get it set up, let's talk about today's giveaway, the key phrase that you need. You need to like and subscribe to the channel, and then lastly, you need to put a key phrase down in the comments of this, and then at the end of the week, we will draw one lucky US resident, US only, we're sorry. And if you don't know what giveaway I'm talking about, check out the first video up above. It goes over and shows all the loot, well, most of the loot. There's actually quite a bit more than is in the video. And we're picking 10 plus users from each video to give away all this random stuff and get it out of here, because we are giving back this holiday season. Today's key phrase is altered Doge. 2 words, altered Doge. Say it with me now, altered Doge. Put that down in the comments and make sure that you are a US citizen, US address. We are not shipping it to a PO box, and it needs to be a US address. So yeah, happy hunting. Good luck to all of you entries, and if you don't win on this video, make sure to be tuned in for the next video. We're doing this for 4 straight weeks starting this Friday. We will give away everything that we showed and plus some. Now it's time, baby. You want to know what's in the box? What's in the box?
What's in the box?
You know what time it is. RGB knife. Engage. All right, so like I said, we picked this up from Goldshell. It is the Mini Doge 3 miner. We already have 3 of the Mini Doge 2s running, and they're all running on low hash power, or low power, which is a lower hash rate mode. Really, we should be cranking these things up while it's in the bull run. So there's a pro tip. If we're in the bull run and everything's super profitable, crank it up, go for less efficient, go for more hash rate. We're gonna actually change all those over shortly and pump it out while we can and get as much profits as we can while we can. So there you go. Now, let's open this guy up. And we paid, I believe it was $580 for this guy from Goldshell. Again, links down in the description. If you use my referral link, of course, I get a small kickback on that. All right, so as soon as you open the box, this is what you get. You get your nice little pamphlet from Goldshell, Mining with Quality and Trust, and it kind of goes over just a quick setup and gives you miner-related FAQs, issues with not connecting, firmware updates, basically your basic installation. We're not going to go over the full setup on one of these. If you need to, you need any assistance with that, make sure to check out my associated video where there's plenty of other videos showing the full ins and outs of how to get these things set up. They're fairly simple as long as you can get them connected properly onto the net. This model is dual mode. That means it could be on Wi-Fi or on direct plug Ethernet. And there it is. Nothing really to it, just a standard box miner, all solid black. It's like a matte metal black. And you got your dual fans on the front. You've got 2 6-pin PCIe power connectors. And you have your Ethernet connector right here, your RJ45 jack. You've got lights for power system, an IP quick find button. And then if we flip it over, all that's on the back is our good venting for exhaust or intake. And then we have a little jack for a antenna for our Wi-Fi, a slot for a micro SD, and a reset button that's recessed down into the system. And that's about it. That's all there is to this guy, the physical output. And inside the box, the only other item included Of course, it comes entombed in the nice foam, and it actually ships pretty well. It ships just like this with a shipping label right on the side. It came pretty quick. As long as it's an in-stock item and not like a pre-order, you'll get it pretty quick. Comparative. And here's the little itty-bitty Wi-Fi antenna that comes with this guy, and it just screws right on like so. So yeah, there is our Goldshell Mini Doge. Let's go over the stats on this thing real quick. Okay, so the specs on this thing, it does 700 mega hashes on script algorithm, and of course that's the algorithm for Litecoin, for Doge, Bell's coin. You could do merge mining, which means you're really only mining for one thing, but you're getting payouts in multiple coins. F2 pool does just the 3 coins, and that's what I've traditionally used, but we're going to look into changing over so that we can try to get more rewards. But yeah, so it uses 700 mega hashes on the script algorithm, and of course that's a plus or minus 5%, meaning not all silicon is created equal. Sometimes you'll get a better chip, sometimes you'll get some chips that aren't working as well, or the heat they don't handle the heat as well, and so you'll get less hash rate or more hash rate. The power usage, this thing uses 400 watts, again, plus or minus 5%, because it could use extra power if it's pulling extra to pump that extra hash rate. It is a dual mode, as we had mentioned. That means you can use the Wi-Fi or you can use the direct plug-in Ethernet jack. Of course, it can run on 100 to 240 volt input. That means you can run it on standard 120 like a mini home miner, or you can run it on a 240 if that's what your setup actually has. Measurements, this thing is 178 by 150 by 84 thickness. It weighs 2.2 kilograms, and that is 4.85 pounds, so about 5 pounds as is without your power supply or anything, just for the main unit. They sell these in 2 different variations. They sell, well, technically they sell them with more, but all you can ever find will be with the Wi-Fi and with or without the power supply. Some come with the power supply, some come without. This is without a included power supply. Currently in stock on Goldshell for $739, which is enough to slide in the US under the import duty, so you wouldn't pay extra import duty, so that's a plus. That being said, these were only about $4.99 probably about 6 weeks ago, and then they went up to $5.80. That's when I picked this one up, and now they're up to $739. Supply has not decreased, but demand has skyrocketed, obviously, as the price and the market has went crazy. Demand has went, so that pushed the supply, or pushed the demand curve up, which of course pushed the price up. So yeah, Goldshell is pushing the prices up. They're not the only one. All the ASIC manufacturers, any of the ASICs that are really profitable, are pushing up in price. Sorry, that's just the way the world works. So yeah, that covers the specs on this thing. Once we get it set up and mining, we'll actually check the profitability, and maybe we'll go over to ROI and tell you exactly if you're paying what I paid, or if you're paying the current new price of $739, how quick this would ROI depending on your electric rate, because that's what we're worried about, is how much does this make in profit after your electricity, and how long is it going to take to pay off this investment. So without further ado, let's clean this off and let's begin the setup. Let's go, like, boom. Just like that, the magic of editing. All right, so we got it cleared off. We got us our Mini Doge 3 here. We've got us a server PSU. This would be an HP 750 watt gold, and this will run on 240 or 120, and it does 750 regardless, up to 750 regardless of 120 or 240. Some of the other bigger power supplies, if you're running 120, you're not going to get as much power out of it. Like the 1200, you're actually going to get 900 on 120 watt. But I digress. This is it. This is actually a platinum version, and it's got a parallel miner breakout board on there. Make sure if you need one of these or you need this set up, you can check Parallel Miner. I've got links down in the description for that. I'm not sure that I can recommend their breakout boards anymore, but their power supplies, if you catch them on deal, are very good. So yeah, check those out. The other thing that we have are PCIe 6-pin cables. We've got 3 here. We only need 2, so let's get rid of one of these guys. it'll clean up. Okay, so these are heavier duty. I would like to have some veteran miner cables. If you plan ahead, order some of the veteran miner wrapped cables. They are super sweet. I've got them on all my other mini Doges and a lot of my other ASICs. They cost a little bit, but you're getting like really heavy duty cables, premium quality, really nice sleeving. They look beautiful. And of course, the beautiful sleeving adds hash rate. So yeah, not a sponsor, but I love my veteran miner cables. Check him out. Again, link down in the description. We'll go ahead and plug this guy in. These actually have 8 pins on one side, 6 on the other, but we're only using 6 pins, so we'll leave out the extra 2 pin, and we're just gonna plug them in to our breakout board here. And we'll do a 6 pin and a 6 pin. And we kind of usually offset them a little just to make it easier to get to. And then we're just gonna plug in our 6 pins up here to our main unit. And there's that. And there's really our whole setup, physical setup. That's all there is to the physical setup. And now we're just gonna power this guy up and make sure that it doesn't go kaboom. Power coming on the power supply. Light showing instantly. Nice little red light. And of course, it's going to go through its operations. It's going to do a function check. Then what it'll do is spool these fans up. It'll spool them up really loud. You'll probably hear that ramping up. Yeah, it's alive, it's alive, it's alive. Okay, so that's all there is to the physical setup. We've booted up. We'll give it a few minutes. Then we need to connect this guy to our Wi-Fi, and we're gonna go over the web part of the setup. We're gonna just jump into the web GUI. We're gonna find the IP of this guy. We're gonna connect it to our system. Then we'll go in and we'll actually change the pool. We'll change our wallet and the address that we're mining to. We're probably just gonna set it up on F2 pool just to get it going, and then we'll move it out later. I'm not 100% sure if this actually has a low power mode, so we're gonna find out if it also has a low power mode. But yeah, that's all it is to the physical setup. So without further ado, let's move on and blink. You know what? Let's just time warp into the future and get this thing mining. Let's go. Go, boom, just like that, set up and mining. Now, real quick, this thing is kind of a pain to set up direct Wi-Fi. People do it. For me, I like to plug it directly in, just go find the IP address in my main router, and then go ahead and log into that IP address from a browser on a connected on the same network, usually just from my main battle station. I'll go to the 192.168.whatever that my router has assigned this device. And then I'll go in and I change the miner, the pool, I'll change the wallet address. And then of course, you can change some of the settings, your different power modes. There is definitely a low hash rate mode on this, but I highly advise during the bull times to crank your devices, try to pull it in as much as you can while everything is up. And then whenever the bear market starts to set in, you always want to crank the power down. You want to try to get as efficient as you can so that you're not paying super gross electric bills with no actual yields coming in. So yeah, there it is. It's set up and mining. You can tell by the beautiful lights. Now let's talk about cost and ROI on this thing. Now, I got this recent batch and I paid only $580 for this device. And if I have, which I have 12 cents per kilowatt hour electric, if you may have more, that's actually a pretty decent rate. You may have more, you may have less. So take all this with a grain of salt, but at my power cost, I'm making $1.12 per day profit. That's mining Dogecoin, Litecoin, and Bells on F2 pool. Now, so that would take me 523 days to ROI this. So 580 cost, $1.12 profit a day, 523 days. Now, at the current price of $723 from Goldshell, That would take me 659 days to ROI. That is a really, really long ROI time. Now, before, again, take that with a grain of salt. If you have lower electric, if you have 8 cents per kilowatt, hey, you got free electric, get one of these, crank it up. You're going to pay it off super quick and it'll be worth it. Now, if you're taking this device and you're putting it on Mining Dutch and you're getting all those extra coins, or you're changing the rewards payouts, you can potentially get way better rewards and get a way better, quicker ROI time. We're going to set that up in the next video and just see exactly how much more that we're going to get with this on that site compared to just mining on F2 pool, which we've always done because it's been super reliable, super easy peasy, and low maintenance and all that jazz. So yeah, that wraps it up. We got the new Goldshell Mini 3. We got it up humming. It's running right now on F2 pool. We'll change it over later. Make sure to enter the contest down below. Enter for your chance to win. We've got CPUs, we got GPUs, power supplies, all kinds of swag, brand new headsets, brand new keyboards, all kinds of goodies to give away. Again, check the video out if you haven't already, showing all the goodies that we're giving away. And of course, if you're new to mining, you need some help, make sure to join the Misfit Mining Discord. There's always plenty of seasoned vets in there willing to help you out. And if you like the video, you know what to do. Smash that like button and subscribe for future content. Thanks for coming along and enjoy the ride.